Now, according to Israel's health ministry, 271 people were admitted to hospital, with 4 seriously injured. Now, earlier, Israel carried out airstrikes on Iran's Arak heavy water reactor. It's the latest attack to try limit the country's nuclear program. Eliminating it and Tehran's missile capabilities are among the stated war goals by Israel for now.
Israel is fighting to remove the nuclear and missile threat aimed at our annihilation. We're targeting military sites. We're targeting nuclear sites. We're targeting missile sites. They're targeting a hospital. In this hospital, there are patients who are immobile. They can't even move. Right next to it is a children's ward, a baby's ward, infants. They target it. They can give this nonsense that they're targeting military sites. What military sites? I know all the military sites in Israel. There isn't a military site here for miles and miles around.
For more, we can go across our correspondent, Catherine Norris Trent, standing by at that hospital which was targeted. Catherine, what is the impact of this strike likely to be?
In terms of the physical impact of this strike, I mean, you can see from the scene behind me, the devastation, that it was a powerful blast. It was one of a barrage of around 30 ballistic missiles fired from Iran in the early hours of this morning, actually around 7 a.m. in the morning. And this one clearly got through Iran's air defense system. And here, the Soroka hospital took a direct hit. This building behind me, until yesterday, was functional. It was evacuated just yesterday. So a lot of the patients have been transferred underground into the parking lots. We've been seeing that at hospitals throughout Israel. So no one was killed here. More than 70 people were likely injured, lots of them suffering from shock, according to the hospital authorities. But you can see just around the scene, windows have been blasted out. We're told the hospital is still functional, that it's still carrying on, but people who are in need of emergency care have been transferred to hospitals by helicopter to other locations in Israel. Israel's health ministry called this a war crime. And clearly this is not only having a big physical impact, but the diplomatic, the military impact of this strike. It's becoming clear that that will be very significant too. We've had a series of high-ranking Israeli politicians coming here today. You heard there from the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. He came down. Before him, there was Israel's president, Israel's foreign minister, Israel's defense minister as well. And basically, officials off camera have told me that this strike for them is a game changer, that they now plan to escalate their response to Iran even further. Now, when we pressed them for details, they wouldn't disclose what that would mean for operational reasons. But for Israeli authorities, they're saying that this has crossed a line, that this was targeting of civilian infrastructure. Iran said that it was targeting military and intelligence headquarters in the south. That's something that Israeli politicians on site have denied was at the scene. So clearly they're both saying different things, but I think we should now be prepared for a harsh response from Israel following this hit on this hospital, the largest hospital in southern Israel.
And Catherine, we had, as you mentioned, the Prime Minister who was touring the facility earlier, and he said Israel's 2 objectives in this war are to take out Iran's nuclear capabilities and its missile capabilities. But he, along with the U.S. President and earlier today the Defense Minister, are saying the Supreme Leader could also become a target. We had Israel's Defense Minister who said the Supreme Leader cannot continue to live, essentially.
Yeah, those words from Israel Katz, Israel's defense minister, who was down at another blast site we visited in the southern suburbs of Tel Aviv. He said that Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, cannot continue to exist, and called him, I'm quoting, a modern-day Hitler. So that would be a significant expansion in the stated war goals. Benjamin Netanyahu himself hasn't spoken as specifically as the defense minister, but he wasn't ruling out that Israel will try now and assassinate Israel's supreme leader. And that's something he's previously refused to rule out on American television as well. So that clearly would be a significant expansion of the stated war goals, which again, Israel has been saying it's seeking to destroy Iran's nuclear program. Behind the scenes, of course, a lot of people here in Israel are speculating that the aim is indeed to topple the regime in power in Iran. And a lot of Israelis I've spoken to clearly openly say that they want that too. They say that they feel it is an existential threat, and they're hoping that America will join them now following these strikes and join them in that goal there. So they really want to see a lot of action against Iran. And people we've spoken to say they don't care about international law. What they care about is their safety and the safety of their loved ones, and they're not interested in opinions, criticisms from the international community.
Wow. Thank you very much for that, Catherine. Catherine Norris Trent reporting there for us from the site of that hospital which was struck earlier today.